Yeah, hi, that's Star Wars that was, which is what we're playing. Bit of Star Wars, bit of Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is a game that holds lots of memories for me personally. It's a game I loved back in the glory days of the PlayStation 2. Back when nothing could ever match that gaming console. It was one of the greats. But yeah, this game I got it off Steam the other day for like £6, which is quite a bargain considering how fantastic this game is and how horrible these inverted controls are, which I change right now. But yeah, the game is absolutely incredible in my opinion, so I couldn't help myself but to get it, and I'm glad I got it because it's brought back, like I say, some of the memories. So if you're not very familiar with this game, let me kind of explain it. Basically, the kind of core element to this game is it's like a big team v team war type situation. Very kind of big, huge battles, big, huge battles. Like you can see right now, kind of in this overpowered vehicle, as all vehicles are always overpowered. Although saying that, this game's quite well balanced. It's got the odd little overpowered thing to it, such as the ability to play as the Jedis and the Siths. As you can see right now, I'm choosing the Sith. When you rack up enough kills, you get to well, unlock either a Sith or a Jedi, depending on what team you're on. And you'll see in just a moment how powerful these guys are. You can take people out very quickly. And obviously they've got range attacks as well. Although I'm pretty sure there is something about this which is kind of a bit of a trade-off, but I can't remember what it is. At first I thought it was not the disability even to cap the flags or cap the points even on this game. But it turns out you can do that, so I'm not quite sure what the trade-off is, but I know there is one. So yeah, this game is essentially, it's a bit like Domination in Call of Duty, but only it's a little bit more complex, a bit more to it than that, because each point on the map, you can see on the little mini-map, there's quite a lot of them dotted around the map. Some are red, some are blue. Apparently quite a lot of red in this instance, but we do make a comeback, I assure you. So yeah, there I die as my Sith character. But yeah, the idea is you cap the flags like Domination, but each flag, or each point, I call them points because they are more points than flags, but each point works as a spawn point, and you'll see in the top of the screen there's a little bar, well you can't see it now but you'll see it in just a second. There's a little bar with kind of the count of how many people are left on each side, and the less spawn points your team has, obviously the less people that you're going to be able to spawn. So the idea is, obviously the more you have, the more reinforcements you have, so the more likely you're going to win and you're going to eliminate all the enemy team. So it's kind of like a bit of a TDM and a bit of a domination all combined into one, because ultimately it's about wiping out the other team, but the points are there. It's kind of a helping hand. Unlike domination, it's not about eliminating, it's about obviously winning by points. So I kind of like this a little bit better. It'd be nice if this was incorporated into maybe Call of Duty. Actually, I wouldn't think it would work too well with Call of Duty with all the kind of bullshit and kill streaks and things, but I think with a game like Battlefield, I think this could work incredibly well. I'm not sure, does Battlefield have something like this? Because I would imagine it does. It definitely should. This is a great game mode which I would love to see in an FPS, and you can actually play this first person, but it's just not that great. So I stick with third person. But speaking of first person games, Call of Duty 4 is something that's really been getting on my tits recently, because it's suddenly stopped working. I'm not sure if any of you guys know how to deal with this, but on PC, this is not Xbox, on PC, every time I click join the game, I get a message saying something like, what is it, IW something something has stopped working. Basically a file has stopped working and or cannot be found, something like that. And then the game just takes me to my desktop and it all crashes and freezes, which isn't good. So it means I can't join multiplayer games on it, and I have worked a way around this thanks to a little guy called Foleyman. Well, I say little, he's probably not that small, but guy called Foleyman who actually gave me the idea of using Xfire instead to join games, which is what I'm doing at the moment, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass when I can't get kind of the games where it's showing me the list of all different servers I can join instead of having to type them all in manually in the console, which is quite frustrating. But so I mean, if any of you guys know if you've got any experience with this, I've tried different things which have been recommended over the internet, such as enable or disable certain sound drives, things like that. I've done all that. I've plugged in a mic which is supposed to fix it, that's not worked. I've checked for updates on my drivers. I've done pretty much everything I can possibly do at this point. So I mean, I've even reinstalled the game. I've re-downloaded the game from Steam, which took me an absolute shit long of a time, and that's still not fixed it. So I'm not quite sure what the other option is. I mean, have I got another option? Am I just stuck with Xfire? I don't know. Because Xfire is a real bitch. I'm not a big fan of that. Especially when you get random people. Is it just me who gets random people talking to him all the time on Xfire? I'm just trying to have a nice little casual game of Minecraft and people pop up constantly. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. I mean, Battlefront 2 even. I know Battlefield 3 is coming out soon as well. I've heard bad things about that, about the alpha model of the game. People say it's a lot like Bad Company 2, which some say isn't a bad thing, but I say that's quite a bad thing considering I want a Battlefield game, not a Bad Company game. As I'm not a big fan of Bad Company. I find it a little, I don't know, it's just a little boring, Bad Company. I know Battlefield's obviously not going to be that much entertaining, but it's Battlefield, and that's what I want. What I expect from a game called Battlefield is a game called Battlefield, not Bad Company. That's all I've got to say on that matter. Yeah, the screen's gone off, and I will speak to you guys later. Hopefully I can get COD 4 sorted. Goodbye.